Hey everyone, so as you may be able to tell, I'm not in my usual recording session, and that is because this is a very spontaneous video. I've just got back today from Hampstead and I felt like doing a what's in my travel bag update, and I thought I'd do it ASMR. Next time I do one, I'm going to put the cat out of the room. She's after these, which might make a nice noise actually. Picked them up on my way. I feel really cruel, I'm going to have to give her one now. So I'll ramble about the story while I'm doing this. Basically, if you've seen my previous what's in my travel bag video, you will know that I love that handbag. And they're coming with her. And it was a gorgeous black and white bag with skulls on it. But this greedy madam here somehow got onto the top of my wardrobe and chewed it. Now it's still a fine bag and I can still use it, but when I travel to Hampstead I like to have a really nice bag. And actually she'd made it a little bit of a mess. So I thought I'll get another one, and it had to be perfect. I'm one of those people who would rather have one really nice bag than 20 cheap plastic, not plastic bags, but you know what I mean, leather bags and tacky things. And I finally found one, and I'm going to show you what that is. And I do hope this is picking up the sound okay, because even though it's closer than it normally is, because of where I'm sitting, the camera is actually slightly further away from me. So, honestly, when I didn't want a new bag, but when I found this online, I thought, yes, I'm so glad the cat chewed my other bag because I love this so much. So I'm going to bring it a little closer to the camera so you can see it. And this is from the brand Band. That's B-A-N-N-E-D. And as you can see on the front, we have this beautiful silhouette, and this is kind of leathery material. I'm assuming it's not real leather. And she's beautiful. And around her we have this gorgeous lace stitched into her, and I just think it adds a really nice little touch. And then, I hope the camera will focus properly, over here we have lots of little skulls, little crosses as well. And this is a velvet material. It is so soft, really good quality as well. And on the corners we have another dark material. It's quite a nice sound, with little skulls on it. And these, if you can see, are also on the handles as well. And just FYI, the handles are very sturdy and very good. So I'll show you what it looks like on the inside, and then I'll go through what I actually have on the inside. Once the cat gets out of the way, you see, I don't particularly like editing ASMR videos because I feel like they flow better and they're more relaxing if they're not really heavily edited. So I'm just going to leave that in. Just be fortunate that it was her face pointing out. Yeah. So this is the inside. And as you can see, we have the label there. It says Band. And down here, which you can't see, there is a pocket for a phone or such like. And in the back there is a wee zip pocket there, which I just keep pens in for easy access. And then on the back you can see the pattern much more clearly there. Skulls. And I really like the zip shape as well. It's kind of curved, if you can see that. A little pocket there, which is about that deep. I kept show tickets and things in there when I needed them for easy access. So that's the bag, and before anybody asks me how much it was, I can't remember, but I think there are a few people selling them on eBay, so if you just have a look, type in Gothic Handbag or something like that, that's how I found it. Gothic Handbags. I hope she's not making too much noise for you. She's not used to being in here when I record my videos. Normally I lock her in the other room because I haven't got my tripod out and things. I thought it would be okay. Apparently I might have been wrong. Okay, so we'll have a look at what's inside. So I've not taken anything out of this. This is as it was when I came home. So the first thing is my makeup bag. This is the one I use when I travel. This fits in foundation, powder, mascara, one lipstick, one nail varnish. Well, mostly like the one I've got on just now fit in here, but some of the bigger ones won't. Eyeliner, and I keep a few baubles and curvy grips in here as well, just in case I have an emergency. And I'll show you on the inside. If I'm going away for a longer period though, I will take a bigger makeup bag with a more variety of product in case I'm going somewhere where I want kind of heavier coverage. But day to day wear, this is it. And I won't go through it. If you want to see an ASMR makeup collection, let me know in the comments and I'm sure I can do that. It's really handy that I'm doing this actually, because I can take the stuff out of my bag and it means I don't have to unpack later on. Then we have my purse, and I think this was the same purse that was in my previous what's in my travel handbag video. Obviously this is Frank and Winnie, and I'm not going to go through it all, but I will show you my oyster holder just because I think it's beautiful. I've had this oyster holder for quite a long time, well, about half a year. And if you can see right there above Rupert Grint's head, my nails are disgusting, is Bellatrix. So that's the back of it, and obviously there's the oyster. And for me, whenever I get this out, that gets me excited. That means I'm going to Hampstead soon. And that's kind of, for me, the thing that gets me in the mood for it. Well, I'm always in the mood for Hampstead, but it confirms to me that I'm allowed to start getting excited. And the last thing in this front section, my umbrella. I went there thinking, I'm not going to need a jacket. The forecast is great. And it's only scheduled for a small shower on the last day. On the second day, I got out of the hotel and it was a really light shower and I thought it'll be fine. Got off the tube at Tower Hill and it was golf balling. The wind was everywhere. This barely was doing anything because the wind was blowing everywhere. Mental. This I think is from Primark. I've had it for a little while now, so they might not sell it now, but it's very Beetlejuicy and I love it a lot. And it's quite strong and sturdy as well, like it upheld that wind, so it's a good sign. I'll show you the back section when we go to the final compartment. So this one's exciting. It's a programme for Sweeney Todd. And I went to Coliseum last night and saw Emma Thompson, and I repeat, Emma Thompson, as Mrs. Lovett in Sweeney Todd, and she is beautiful. I mean, I knew that already, but there's nothing that could have prepared me for seeing her in person, on stage, as Mrs. Lovett. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, I'm getting so excited. You will know that Sweeney Todd is my favourite film, Tim Burton's Sweeney Todd, and it was also the film that kind of made me fall in love with Helena Bonham Carter, and well, we know how that turned out. And the musical itself is my all-time favourite musical. The soundtrack makes me so happy because there are so many memories with those songs for different stages in my life over the last few years. And this was the first time I'd seen it live, heard the songs being played live. It was chilling. It was fantastic. Very, very funny as well. She's got such great charisma. And there's a little bit in here about the production and the cast and the play itself as well. We have a lovely one. That's from a little priest, if I remember rightly. She's offering up fop or shepherd's pie maybe. Can't remember that bit exactly. And bring turtle as well. I hope that wasn't too loud. I apologise if it was. Okay, last picture I'm going to show you. Isn't she wonderful? Helena Bonham Carter will always be my Mrs. Lovett. Always. But Emma Thompson comes so close, it's ridiculous. Okay, so I sorted the cat out and calmed her down. She should be fine now, I hope. So, the last thing in the back compartment, or the last things I should say, is in here. This brown paperback. And these came from the Hampstead Museum, which I recommend everybody visits because it's quite interesting. This isn't for you. So we have 4 things here. On the first one, I started reading on the train once I finished the Ian Rankin book, and this is Buried in Hampstead, and this is all about sending me to churchyards of my favourite church, St John at Hampstead's. I've featured it in a couple of vlog videos, and it's really, really fascinating. It looks at certain dates and things, and which ones are missing and what certain styles mean, and I'm only on, I read this teeny weeny bit, so I'm really looking forward to reading the rest, because the 2 major themes in my writing, death and churchyards, and Hampstead, and you combine them and you get perfection. And this was £7.50, and I can't wait to read the rest of it, because in all the world my favourite place is St John at Hampstead's churchyard, the new one, not the old one. And then this was £1.50, and this is Hampstead Town Trail by Christopher Wade. I've not actually looked at this properly. But it's basically certain things to look out for in Hampstead, and there's a little map down at the bottom. So I guess if you're new to Hampstead and you've never been, that might be quite interesting. For me, I'm going to mark off places I've been to and hopefully do the rest when I go. And there's also what's on for Hampstead Museum, that was just free. The last two things I was really excited about. And we have 1915 and 1866. Now annoyingly, I'm currently writing about Hampstead in 1890, which is kind of in the middle of these two. But it means I can use them to work out what remained and what changed. So open it out for me. Just have a little look. In Downshire Hills there's a list of all the street names and residents, and this is just incredible. Like, this to me is one of the most invaluable things in the world for my writing, and I really hope to get some more from different years. I'm not sure how frequently they were done for Hampstead. That is it. It's relatively big, as you can see. We have Flask Walk, Hampstead Heath, Gayton Road, Heath Street, Hampstead High Street, Holly Hill, which is just incredible. Like, this is just, for me, this is historical accuracy at its best. And when I write about historic Hampstead, this is just perfect for research. And I don't collect Hampstead books, but basically if I see one that I haven't got, I'm gonna get it. And each one brings something else that another one hasn't, and for me that is great. And now we move on to the last and the middle patch, which I didn't know it had. I just thought it was like a one-depth bag. So this will be really useful for other trips as well. So first of all, we have little London A to Z. This is in case I decide to go on a spontaneous trip somewhere, which I did. I had time to kill because I got finished with certain things earlier than I thought. So I went to the M&M's world, which was really scary. 4 very big floors of just M&M's merchandise. It is the weirdest thing ever. But if somebody did it with Reese's Pieces, that would be awesome. And then, see, if I try and get the camera out, she doesn't like it. Come on, you. I don't know what you can see just now, so that could have looked really quite peculiar. She hates getting her photo taken, but apparently she doesn't mind being in front of a camera. Okay, we have some show tickets. I just kind of slopped them back in there so I didn't forget about them. So we have the, just make sure my address isn't on that. No, it's not. The Sweeney Todd. I was sitting in the balcony, and the seat was actually alright. There was kind of no leg room, but the view was great. And my address isn't on the side there, we're fine. On the night before that, I like that sound, I went to see Charlie and the Chocolate Factory at Drury Lane. It was really good. Not the best Willy Wonka, but the production stuff was great. There were a lot of special effects which were, I wanted to know how they did them. Of course I'm not going to try and find out because it'll spoil the illusion. And then I have another map, except this one is for the Tower of London, because I went to the tower yesterday to do research, and it is so big. I didn't think it would be that big. I thought I'd be in and out in about 45 minutes, and I was there for over 2 hours. There's so much to see. And this just has a floor plan. To be honest, it wasn't that helpful. I was looking at a sign that said such and such, and it wasn't actually listed on this, so I couldn't work out which part I was in. And it wasn't a problem. You go in and then it's basically a one-way system until you get outside. And then I saw the place where Anne Boleyn was supposed to have been beheaded, which was incredible. It was really chilling, really kind of scary, but also a really wonderful thing to see. I've been to. My journal, it's just a coincidence that it's got London on it. I got this from W.H. Smith up in Sunderland. I just really liked it. I'm not going to show you in my diary, but I was sitting writing in this in one of my favourite cafes in Belsize Park, and do you mind? And that for me was wonderful because the weather was great, the coffee was delicious, and I was sitting writing, and I hope my phone wasn't too loud there, and I just wish I could do that every day of my life. I mean, I assume it would get quite boring after a while if I just did nothing but write and drink coffee, but oh, who am I kidding? That would never get boring. It's my favourite thing to do. Coffee, writing in NW3. That's my heaven. It would have been a very Hampstead-based video. I didn't actually think it would be, but apparently it was. And I don't have any plans to go back for quite a while, a couple of months anyway. If you want any more vlogs when I'm down there, let me know, because I went to certain parts in Hampstead Heath, and I went down to Primrose Hill, a little bit further down Primrose Hill this time, and I went up to West Hampstead as well, up to Hampstead Cemetery, and if you want to see any of that, let me know. It's my favourite place in the world. There we have the now empty bag. It was between this and another one. I can't remember what the other one had on it. It had a different design. It might have been bats, or I think it was like a green rib cage. I can't remember. But if this ever breaks or I ever need a new bag, I'm getting it. I mean, it wasn't, I think it was about maybe £30, 25, considering people pay thousands for designer handbags. I was really happy with it, and it did come with a shoulder strap as well. That is my what's in my travel bag video. If you have any suggestions for any other ASMR videos or any other non-ASMR videos you'd like to see, please do let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!